In just 30 days, one of my dropshipping stores did over $100,000 dropshipping products from China that I never had to touch. But just 5 years ago, I was completely broke, unhappy, and working a 9-to-5 job that I absolutely hated. And fast forward to today, I've been able to generate multi-7 figures across various different dropshipping stores. So if you're wondering how you can make 6 figures in 30 days with your own dropshipping store, well, today is your lucky day, because I'm going to be revealing the exact steps that you need to take in order to replicate it. I'm going to reveal to you 3 key things that you need in order to have success with dropshipping. I'm going to show you how to find a winning product that has the highest chance of having success. I'm also going to show you how to build a dropshipping store that turns visitors into buyers. And finally, I'm going to show you how to run your adverts so that you're not just burning and wasting any money. All of these things you're about to learn took me years to understand, but today I'm giving away all the secret sauce. Plus, if you stick around to the end, I'm going to show you how you can get access to my full dropshipping course for 100% free. So grab a pen, paper, whatever it is you need to take some notes, and let's jump straight into it. So here you can see inside of the Shopify dashboard, you can see we're doing 109,000 euros for the month of July, and that equates to around about $120,000. If you do the conversion, it give or take a few thousand. Now, if you actually have a look at the conversion rate, it was very good at 3.61. The average conversion rate is usually around about 2%. So we had some higher days, which were around about 4%, but that's fairly good, especially based on averages. Okay. And if you have a look at our average order value, it was not the highest, but our break-even ROAS was extremely low. So I'm going to show you exactly how much profit we made on this, because, you know, everyone's always going to ask, but what did you take home? So let's have a look exactly how much profit was made on this. So inside of the profit app that I'm currently using, you can see there for the last month, right? You can see there in July, again, 109,000 euros, and we took home 27,000 euros, which again is about $30,000 if you do the conversion. So again, 30,000 profit for the month, fairly good, and that's a profit margin of around 25%. Usually on average, any e-commerce store will usually be anything around about 15% to 30% if you're running paid ads. If you're doing organic, then sometimes it's a little bit higher in like 30 to 40-ish. But with paid ads, 25% profit margin, that is very solid for that month. So if you look at the spend here on the advertising, you can see that we spent close to 45,000 euros on Facebook ads. And here we spent $2,000 euros, should I say, on Pinterest ads. So we weren't just running Facebook ads, but it was taking up the bulk of the spend. And a little later in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can test and how you can scale your ads and do some creative testing to get similar results like this if you have everything in place. Now, the first thing you need to do is to find a winning product. Now, one of the biggest issues that a lot of newbies face when they get into dropshipping is finding a winning product. They end up testing anything and throwing stuff at the wall and hoping and praying that something sticks. Or even worse, they test products that they like the look of. This is a recipe for disaster. And if you do this, you're gonna waste tons of time and burn through tons of money with little to no results. Instead, you need a framework that validates whether or not it's even worth testing out a product or not. That way, you're only going to be testing products that have the highest chance of success. And I'm gonna reveal to you my 5-phase framework that I personally like to use and show you a live example. So the first part of the framework is making sure that it's already selling. So how exactly do we do that? Well, first we need to find something, and I'm just using Facebook ads library. You can see I type in keywords here that other dropshippers are using. For example, get yours here. And what I also like to do is if I click on filters, I like to filter on the ads that have been running for around about a week. That way I know that if they're still running, they're going to be making some money. So what I've actually done is I've just found this product here, which seems to be running since the 11th of August. Now, if I have a look at their actual ads, you can see they've got 140 ads running at the moment in time, which is a good sign, which tells me that they're making some money. Another thing that I can also do is scroll down to find out how long have these ads been running for. And if I continue to keep on scrolling, you can see that these have been running all the way since the 5th, the 2nd of July, and even into May, which tells me if it's already running and it's been running since May, 9 times out of 10 they're making some money, because who in their right mind is going to leave something running all this time if they weren't making any money? So that's the free way of validating whether or not something's already selling. First and foremost, having a look at how long they've been running their ads for, and ultimately how many ads that they do have running. Now let me show you the paid method to validate and see exactly how much this store is making every single day. So if we go to their website, you can see that it's this cool, quirky and unique necklace that has this little message inside. So what we can do is take this URL, and if we go to a website called shophunter.io, this is a spy tool, and put in the URL, we can see how much these guys are actually making every single day. And it's anything from around about $2,000 to $3,000 every single day, which tells us this product is making money. This product has passed the first stage. We know that it's already selling. Selling a product that is already making sales is going to be a hell of a lot more easier than trying to find something which isn't validated or trying to find something that we just personally like the look of. You need to always go where market demand is. The second phase of this framework is identifying, does this product solve a problem or is it just cool, quirky and unique? This is going to help us when it comes to our marketing messaging. Now, because this is a necklace, it doesn't solve any problem whatsoever. So we already kind of know which boat that this fits into. And every single dropshipping products, winning products, will always fall into one of those two categories. Now that it's past the first two parts of this framework, the third part is, can we actually source it? So if we jump onto AliExpress, I've just typed in love letter necklace here, and you can see here that there are many different sellers of this product and it's fairly cheap as well, which is a good sign. So it also passes that part. We can actually source it. Let's move on to the next part. The fourth part of this framework, and probably the most important, is making sure that there is enough margin inside of the product so that we can actually get a profit. Remember, we are going to be using paid ads, so we do need to factor that in. One simple rule that I always follow is making sure that you can at least 3x the cost of goods. So for example, if we're getting the product for $10, we need to make sure that we can sell it for at least $30. In the ideal world, you want to make sure that you can 4 to 5x it, but for some products, it's just not going to be feasible. So one simple rule is making sure you can at least 3x it. Now, if you head into AliExpress, you can see that we can get this product for around about $5 plus some shipping if we wanted to get it shipped a little bit quicker. If you go to the actual website and have a look at these guys, they're selling it for $50, which instantly tells me that there is enough margin inside of this product to at least 3x it at a minimum. The fifth and final part of the framework is making sure that there is existing content out there that we can use for our ads when we start to do our testing. The most efficient way to test a product and get instant feedback is to just utilize existing content online. Now, it's not feasible to do that at scale when you can buy the product and shoot the content yourself, but to start with, we want to have some existing content online that we can utilize to at least run a small test. Now, if you head into TikTok, I've just typed in love letter necklace, and if I scroll down here, you can see that there are plenty of different videos, some of them with some decent views on as well, that we can utilize and leverage just to do our test. Once we actually validate that this product is a winner, then what we can do is again send it out to influencers, or alternatively get the product in stock and shoot some content for ourselves. So you can clearly see how this product has passed our 5-phase framework. This is something that I would personally test out because it has ticked all of the boxes of those 5 phases in the framework. Next, you need a store, and Shopify is the platform that you're going to use because it's really easy to get up and running. Right now, because I'm a Shopify partner, they've gave me an exclusive deal for all of my viewers, which means that you can get access to Shopify for just $1 a month for the next 3 months, which usually costs $30 a month. And if you want access to that special deal, then just click the link in my description. Now, you're not going to be creating a general store, you're not going to be creating a niche store, and you're not going to be creating a one product store. You're going to be creating what's called a concept store. Now, you're probably wondering, what the hell is a concept store? But before I tell you and also show you a live example, let me first tell you why I don't like the other models and why a concept store is the best way to dropship in 2023. The old way of doing things is a general store. Now, a general store styles absolutely anything and everything. These stores used to work really, really well in 2017, and because they sell absolutely everything on the store, they just look tacky and don't have the best conversion rate. I mean, after all, apart from Amazon, which brand sells beauty products and pet products and kids products all on the same store? Next, we have niche stores. Now, niche stores are very good. However, they do limit the amount of products that you can test. After all, if you're only focused on one specific niche, for example, pets, you can't then start testing out multiple different products because it's not going to be on brand. The good thing about niche stores is they do look much more branded and can have a higher conversion rate. The final one is one product stores, and these are the worst type of stores that you can start as a beginner. This is because you're focused on one specific product, and if that product doesn't work out, then unfortunately you have to build the whole store over again. And because you're a beginner, your product selection isn't going to be the greatest, meaning that you're probably going to have to run through multiple different one product stores just to find something that's going to work. This is extremely slow slow and inefficient. So you're probably wondering, what the hell is a concept store? Well, let me just show you what one of them would look like. So here you can see an example of a concept store. Now the name means absolutely nothing at all. You can see Serene, it's called. This is one of the most important parts of a concept store, is having a generic brandable name, because we can sell absolutely anything and still look like the brand owner of this product. If this product doesn't work out, then cool, we can just simply hide it from our store or delete it if we wanted to. But if it did work out, then we can then pivot into a niche store or one product store. This gives us the flexibility of testing multiple different products like a general store. We then build out these custom little mini landing pages like a niche store, and again, like a one product store, we get those higher conversion rates. So in order to turn visitors into buyers, you need to have a high converting store. So let me show you exactly what a high converting store looks like and talk through the different elements. So this is just a store that I came across while doing some product research, but they have all of the elements needed to turn visitors into buyers. So the first thing is making sure that you have high quality photos. These quality photos have even been taken themselves, or what they've done is they've hopped into things like Canva or Photoshop, for example, and put these things on, which is very easy to do, by the way. You can just make these yourself. Another thing is having benefit driven points above the fold. So you can see here it says develop speech and vocabulary 3 times faster, fun, educational and interactive play, and also having these reviews above the fold as well, which they've got here, right? I'm also going to show you the apps that you can use to get something like this to help increase your average order value. But if we continue to keep on scrolling down, we have loads of testimonials from parents and how this product has changed their kids' lives, what the product actually does. We've got some statistics here, and if we continue to keep on scrolling, they have this comparison thing. This is amazing to have on your website, very easy to create as well. If we keep scrolling down, testimonials, and also a money back guarantee. You always want to have a money back guarantee offer on the page because it helps remove all of the friction and risk reversal of people purchasing from your website. If we continue to keep on scrolling down, another thing you always want to have in is frequently asked questions. This way, if you answer all of the questions that people may have on the page so that they don't have to go elsewhere, then they're going to be more likely to buy from your website. Now there's over 8,000 apps on a Shopify store, and to be honest, a lot of them are a waste of time and money. There's 2 that I really like to use and very much helped with last month's success. I'm going to show you what they are now. So the first one is after sale, and what this does is it helps increase our average order value, or AOV for short. This is going to first and foremost make us more profitable, and second of all allow us to spend more money to acquire customers on Facebook. So I'll show you an example of how this works. Say for example someone has paid us money, we're going to give them a post-purchase upsell, which is basically a one-time offer that they won't see anywhere else on the thank you page or in between the actual buy page and the thank you page. It will look something a bit like this, and you can offer them multiple different products, or you can offer the same product at a discount. The one that works the best for me ultimately is offering the exact same product at a discount of 40 to 50%. The next app that does the same thing, which is increasing your average order value but does it in a different way, is something called Ka-Ching bundles. And what this does is I'll show you an example of this. You've seen it on one of the previous stores earlier in the video, but it looks a bit like this. You can see here that you can offer people discounts for buying more. And again, when people purchase more, it feels like they're getting a bit of an offer. So again, they're more likely and inclined to purchase more from our website, which puts more money in our pocket and ultimately more profit. Now, one thing I will say is you don't have to use that Ka-Ching bundles app. You can do the exact same thing with your variants inside of your Shopify store for 100% free. And here's an example of what this looks like. Literally just naming a variant twin pack, save 50% off, or get buy 3 save 20%, whatever it may be. You can literally do that. The only reason why you would use an app is just to make it look a little bit better. Once you've got your store and product pages built, we then need to run traffic. And in order to run traffic, you first and foremost need to come up with an offer. Now, an offer is basically what the value is or what someone is going to exchange their money for. Some offers will convert better than others, and it's always good to do some offer testing when you have something which is validated and have some good metrics. Some basic offers are things such as offering a product price and then having free shipping, or lowering the product price and then charging customers for shipping. Some more advanced offers are going to be things like buy one get one free. Now, this isn't going to be applicable or even possible with some products, just down to the margins. But it's always worth reaching out to your supplier to ask them how much does it cost them to ship 2 instead of 1, because they will save on shipping costs that they can pass on to you and lower your cost of goods. Another offer that crushes it is including free digital products with the purchase. For example, free ebooks. Now, because they're digital, they cost you absolutely nothing to fulfill, and they have a high perceived value because you can say that each ebook is worth around about $15 to $20. And if you're wondering how on earth do you either come up with a name for an ebook, how do you write it? Well, it's pretty simple. Just ask ChatGPT to do it for you. Next, you need a creative, and creatives are extremely important because they're the first thing that the customer sees, and this motivates the person to take the click and take the action that you want them to take. So you got to remember this if it's anything from this video. Without attention, you cannot sell anything. So your creatives need to hook the viewer, educate them, then get them to take the action that you want them to take, which most of the time is a purchase. So this is a video ads framework that you can use, and it works extremely well, and I'll talk you through it. You got to remember, first and foremost, the first 3 seconds of every video ad is the most important because this is where the viewer is going to make a decision. Do they want to continue watching the video, or do they want to continue to keep on scrolling? So you can do that and hook the attention by introducing the problem that they may be facing, or alternatively, you can have like a wow, eye-catching scene with loads of different movement to stop the scroll. Next, it's always good to introduce the product that you are selling, right? And then basically just take the benefits of the products. I generally like to take the top 4 or 5 benefits of the product and have different scenes that relate to the benefit that I'm trying to get across, which you can see here, changing every kind of like 2 to 4 seconds. Next, you want to make sure that you have some social proof or testimonials of people actually using the product. That's always a good thing to do. And then having a guarantee in place, 30-day money back guarantee, just to remove any risk that people have. And then finally ending with a call to action, which is simple as get yours here. And one final thing in this part of the scarcity and urgency is always just stating what the offer is. So if it is a buy one get one free, put it there. If it is 50% off, if it is free shipping, it's always good to state it in that part. So I'm going to show you an example of this in motion. So you can see here, first and foremost, this is the eye-catching scene. She's wearing some crazy eye device. If you continue to keep on scrolling forward, they actually introduce the product, Eyeology, this is what it is. They then talk about the actual benefits of the product, okay? And you can see here, this woman's talking about it, which is testimonials here, right? And then if you continue to keep on going forward, you can see that they've got the offer, which is again, 60-day money back guarantee, 60% off for a very limited time, and then the call to action, get yours here. So now we're at the point where we actually have to run some ads. So let me show you how exactly I tested my ads and how I scaled them to get the results that I got. So if you look at the screen here, you can see that this is a simple structure, just one structure that I use. I do have various different strategies depending on the actual country that I'm testing to, but this is just a simple one that you can use. Firstly, it's using an ABO campaign, which stands for ad set budget, which means we put in the budget at the ad set level. And usually I like to have these at anything from around about $15 to $20 each because I have the budget to do so. If you personally don't have the budget, then you can kind of do it at $10, but I wouldn't recommend going anything lower than that because it's really not going to be worth it. Now you can see that every single one of these ad sets is going to be a different interest. So let's say we were selling a cat related product. So this would be cats, this could be cat food, this would be pets. These would all just be related to the product that we are selling. Underneath there, I always want to make sure that I've got 2 different creatives. And personally now, I like to go anything from 3 to 4 different creatives, just so that I give Facebook enough variation so that it can utilize all of this information with its algorithm and present me with the best results and select the best results. But you always want to make sure that you have at least a minimum of 2. Now, I always try to leave stuff for at least 2 to 3 days just to let Facebook have the algorithm do its work. If the results are absolutely awful on day 1, then I pretty much just cut it. And when I say awful, that would be something along the lines of it spent close to $100 and hasn't had any add to carts whatsoever. I'm not in the game of just thinking that things are going to magically turn around. Most of my stuff, because I've been in the game so long, I know if it comes out the gate fairly well or break even, it may turn around. But if it's absolutely awful at the gate, it's probably not going to turn around. You need new creatives or something completely different. The main thing is not getting emotionally attached to a product. If you do that, you're going to just burn through unnecessary money. So making sure you let the data do the talking for you and make decisions based on the data. Now, when it comes to scaling, there isn't just one way how to scale. There are multiple different ways, but this is one of my go-to methods to start off with. And basically, this is a CBO campaign, meaning we set the budget at the top here on the campaign level. I typically start this off at around about $100 to $200. And you can see here that I've put best interest 1, 2, 3, and 4. So if we go back to this here, whichever ones were working the best out of here, we're going to take them, put them into this, create a CBO campaign, again with our best creatives. So if this says creative 1, creative 2, if there was only 2 creatives that were working, great, put them in here. If there was only 1 that was working, we just duplicate it. But whatever the best creatives are, we're gonna put them in here and scale using this. Now, if this works, great. All we've got to then just do is pretty much just recycle the same thing, the process before, and just increase the budgets on these by 20% every 2 to 3 days. Once you find a winner, in order to sustain it, you have to do creative testing. And that's just basically testing different creatives, different offer, and tweaking your landing pages here and there so that you can continue to still scale the product. You can simply make changes to the first 3 seconds, and that can move the needle massively with your creatives. So try and find and get as many different clips that you can to just change out those first 3 seconds. You can also use tools like ChatGPT to come up with various different hooks and angles that you can use as captions in those first 3 seconds. Doing these things helps you be able to scale a product for a long period of time. So hopefully you got some value from this video, and as promised, if you want free access to my full dropshipping course, then make sure of course you click the link down below. It's going to give you all of the information that you need in order to make your first dropshipping sale online and scale up to at least 1 to 2K per day. Make sure of course you comment any questions that you do have down below. I will be going through and answering as many as I possibly can. Finally, don't forget to drop a like on this video to help the algorithm out, and make sure of course you subscribe to the channel so you stay up to date with all of my latest content. I am trying to hit 100,000 subscribers this year, so help your boy out and smash that subscribe button. But that is it for today. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.